China is once again facing an extraordinary test of its resilience, as torrential rains and record-breaking floods sweep across vast regions of the country, putting the colossal Three Gorges Dam under unprecedented levels of stress. The dam, celebrated as one of humanity's greatest engineering marvels, was designed to tame the mighty Yangtze River and protect millions from devastating floods. Yet in the wake of relentless rainfall triggered by Typhoon Ragasa and a series of extreme weather systems, serious questions are emerging about whether the structure can withstand the immense pressure being forced upon it today. The Yangtze River Basin, home to hundreds of millions of people, has long been the cradle of Chinese civilization. It is a lifeline for agriculture, industry, and trade, but it is also historically a source of destruction, as seasonal floods have wreaked havoc for centuries. The Three Gorges Dam, completed in 2012 after decades of planning and construction, was hailed as the final answer to this recurring nightmare, spanning more than 2 kilometers in length and standing 185 meters tall. The dam holds back one of the largest reservoirs in the world, capable of storing 39 billion cubic meters of water. For years, officials have insisted that the structure is not only secure but also essential for flood control. However, as climate change intensifies storms and rainfall across East Asia, the dam is now confronting forces beyond even its massive design parameters. This year, the floods hitting China are unlike anything seen in recent memory. Typhoon Ragasa, after battering the Philippines and Taiwan, made landfall in southern China with fierce winds and relentless rain. The storm stalled over inland provinces, rushing unprecedented amounts of water into the Yangtze and its tributaries. Entire towns have been submerged, highways cut off, and millions forced to evacuate. Reports describe cities that have been more than wrecked, with rescue boats navigating through what used to be bustling streets. The disaster has triggered not just local emergencies but also a nationwide crisis management operation, as authorities scramble to ensure the integrity of the Three Gorges Dam. Satellite images and hydrological data reveal that inflows into the reservoir have reached record highs. At the peak of the storm, water levels surged faster than anticipated, raising alarm among engineers. To relieve pressure, authorities ordered multiple spillways open, releasing torrents of water downstream. This decision, while necessary to protect the dam, has had devastating consequences for downstream cities and agricultural regions. Villages have been swept away, farmland drowned, and infrastructure destroyed. For millions of ordinary citizens, the choice between protecting the dam and protecting local communities is painfully evident. Either the reservoir is safeguarded, or countless downstream lives face ruin. Critics of the project, both within China and abroad, argue that the very existence of the dam has created a dangerous double-edged sword. On one hand, it offers an unparalleled shield against normal seasonal floods. On the other, if the structure is overwhelmed or compromised, the devastation would be catastrophic on a scale almost unimaginable. Some experts warn that the weight of water being held back, combined with seismic risks in the region, could one day exceed the dam's tolerance. They point to past tragedies, such as the Banqiao Dam collapse in 1975, which killed more than 170,000 people, as a grim reminder of what can happen when massive reservoirs fail. Chinese authorities have repeatedly dismissed fears about the dam's integrity. Engineers insist that the structure was designed with redundancies and elastic tolerances to withstand even extreme events. Official statements emphasize that while deformation under stress is measurable, it falls within acceptable limits of safety. Yet skeptics remain unconvinced, especially in light of recent satellite photos circulating online that appear to show warping along the dam's surface. Although experts caution that many of these images are distorted or misinterpreted, the anxiety among the public continues to grow. Social media platforms are filled with speculation, conspiracy theories, and desperate pleas from citizens living downstream with fear for their lives. The current floods highlight not only the immediate danger but also the broader environmental and political challenges facing China. Climate change has amplified the frequency and severity of storms, overwhelming infrastructure that was never designed for such extremes. Meanwhile, decades of rapid urbanization and industrial development have stripped natural floodplains of their ability to absorb excess water. In many ways, The Three Gorges Dam has become a symbol of China's struggle to balance ambition with vulnerability. It is both a monument to national pride and a constant reminder of nature's overwhelming power. For those living along the Yangtze, daily survival has become a battle. Farmers watch helplessly as their crops vanish beneath muddy water. Families cling to rooftops awaiting rescue. Emergency shelters overflow with displaced citizens, many of whom have lost everything. The government has mobilized thousands of troops, helicopters, and boats in a massive rescue and relief effort. Yet the scale of destruction continues to expand. International organizations have offered assistance, but China has largely insisted on handling the crisis internally, projecting confidence even as the situation grows more dire. One of the most striking aspects of this unfolding disaster is the tension between information control and transparency. State media presents a narrative of resilience, emphasizing the heroism of rescue teams and the government's swift response. At the same time, independent reports and leaked videos tell a darker story of desperation, chaos, and anger. Citizens in flood-stricken areas complain of inadequate warnings and insufficient support. For them, the question of whether the Three Gorges Dam can hold is not merely a technical issue but a matter of life and death. Trust in the system is fraying, and each new wave of rainfall adds to the collective fear. As the crisis continues, the world is watching closely. The Three Gorges Dam is not just a domestic issue, it has global implications. The Yangtze is vital to China's role in global trade, with major ports and industrial hubs located along its course. Any large-scale failure would ripple through supply chains worldwide, disrupting everything from electronics manufacturing to agricultural exports. Moreover, the sheer human cost, potentially tens of millions displaced or worse, would rank among the greatest disasters in modern history. International concern is mounting, though geopolitical tensions complicate cooperation. Looking ahead, the central question is whether China can adapt to a new era of climate-driven extremes. Building bigger dams and higher walls may no longer be sufficient. Experts argue for a fundamental rethinking of flood management, including restoring wetlands, creating flood diversion zones, and developing more decentralized infrastructure. Yet such solutions require long-term vision, political will, and resources, things that often compete with the urgency of immediate crisis response. For now, all eyes remain fixed on the Three Gorges Dam, a structure that embodies both the promise and peril of humanity's attempts to control nature. The situation unfolding today is a stark reminder that no matter how advanced our technology, nature always holds the upper hand. The floods battering China are not merely a natural disaster, they are a profound test of governance, engineering, and humanity's capacity to coexist with the environment. Whether the Three Gorges Dam withstands this trial or succumbs to forces beyond control will shape not only China's future but also the world's perception of mankind's ability to confront the growing threats of climate change. For millions living in the shadow of the Yangtze, the answer cannot come soon enough.